Howdy folks, this is Rick Shaw, and I'd like to do a review for you on my Honda station wagon, 2018 Honda Mobilio. It's running now. That's one of the first things I want to tell you about. It's just whisper quiet. I really like how quiet it is. Even when you're on the gas on the highway, it's just nice and quiet. There's her from the back. Got a nice little rumble to it, like that. Great motor, Honda Motor Corporation. When it comes to motors, you're not going to beat them. I'll shut this off now. All right. Well, we'll start from the back and we'll work our way forward. I wanted to show you here the back. The way they do the seats here is absolutely fantastic. I love this. It's a station wagon, so it's got a way back. And it's nice and easy. Now it's got a little hook here. You hook into the back of there to keep it up. If you move the seats forward, it even pushes forward a little more. So that's kind of nice. We got speakers in the back here for the stereo. We got a nice little tool kit. There's your tow hook. I'll show you in the front where that hooks up in the front. Scissors jack. I don't really like that, but they're small. It'll work in a pinch. I got a plug kit. Now the one thing I really like about it is full-size spare. Look at this. Full-size spare. It's on a nice metal rack, so when you lower this down, it's really easy to slip out, put the other one in. I had a flat already, but I used a plug kit. Got your nice independent suspension in the back. Drum brakes in the back, but they work great. Get that little plug in there. And I'll tell you what, here we go with this. Look at this, how easy this is. Honda there. There's nothing you can beat about them when it comes to when the seats work. They're fantastic. Lights are nice and bright at night. Everybody see them well. I like that. I hate the name Mobilio though. I don't like that name. But we'll go back here. We got the nice little locking fuel door. If you go right here, give it a little pull. She opens right up. I use 91 in here. That's it. The other thing, it's got the nice police doors. Turn this little switch down, locks them. They call it child door. I call it police door. Now I'd like to show you in here when we get inside. I'm 6'6". I'm sitting in the back seat. I got the front seat all the way back. And I still have a little bit of headroom here. And I'm comfortable. I don't even have the seat leaned back. But there's the way back. Nice and comfy for the kids. I like the child for the car seat. That's really neat. And I started in the back. There's some nice cubbies here. Over there. That's kind of nice. They got another one here. I like the pocket that they did here, but I would love to have another one here. We got the secondary air conditioner here. That's pretty neat. The other thing that I missed when I was in the back here, this is something I just love to death. They rounded the corners here. See, this is all rounded, and for me, this is important because at 6'6", I'm gonna hit my head on that. If it was pointy, it would be very bad for me. Well, we come down this side. She's real nice. Just a beautiful car. It's just got good looks to it. I looked at the Mazda. I was going to do that, and the sport wagon, but for the money, this was the one to get. I got the stick shift because I didn't want anything to do with the CVT transmission. Nice little 5-speed. Does good. This is in the front here. Nice pockets. Big one here. Easy to snap this thing down to get to your cabin air filter. Got the airbags all around. Got the nice little thing so my sweetie can fix her face if she needs to. This one, when you close the doors, the light stays on for about 30 seconds. I wish it just shut off immediately because I get used to seeing the light on when I shut it off, and then my kids hit the switch and the light burns all night. So I don't like. So what else we got? So we got the rack and pinion steering on it. that I'm going to show you right now. Look, the wheel is locked. Okay, so watch this. There's the wheel locked, and look at that moving. That is a really nice tight steering. I went ahead and took a drive in it, and I shut the engine off just to see, and it still is super easy to steer without the power assist on the steering. So if you ever lose it, you're okay. Same way with the brakes. As the pressure ran out of the brake system, it still wasn't too hard to push, which I kind of liked. Little cubbies there. One thing that nitpicky thing I don't like is this here, this stalk for the wipers, because every time I go to, when I steer, I'm hitting it all the time. It's just ridiculous. And these wipers, there's a big one on the driver's side, a little one. They're very expensive. I think the big one's like 20 bucks. So, you don't want to be turning it on when it's a little bit dirty. So you gotta watch that. I don't like that. The other thing I don't like is this Kenwood stereo. If you turn it off, when you turn it on, it doesn't go right to the tuner. It goes through USB, blah blah, auxiliary, blah 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 blah. It's just stupid. Why can't you just push the button and the radio come on? So what I have to do with it is I just leave it on and turn it down. And when I start the car, if I want to hear the music, I turn it up. There's not many good stations to listen to here, so I got like one RJ. That's all I really listen to. Now, I have the Spotify on my phone. It plugs in with a cord. Come on, Bluetooth, guys. But you plug the thing in. I got the Kenwood app. It doesn't work. Man, I wish they would have put a different radio in this. This is going to go. This thing's going, and I'm not going to sell it to anyone because I don't want to sell anybody a piece of junk. I'm going to have a blast smashing the damn thing. I don't like it at all. Just there. So let's get out here under the hood. I'll show you a couple other things I like. Here's a nitpicky thing I don't like. In the Philippines, you got to fold your mirrors in or they're going to get broke. Plus you got narrow places. Come on, Honda, it doesn't even fold in all the way. Look, it hits there and it's not even in. And it's stupid big. That was a mistake for those. I didn't like that. But now we got the old prop rod here. The old cars, I loved it. You just lifted the hood and it was fine. This one, you got a prop rod. So I'm gonna go through this right here. We've got everything very easy to get to. Brake fluid. It also uses brake fluid for your clutch fluid, your hydraulic fluid, so that's cool. Little mini battery. I mean, holy cow, it's only a little bit bigger than a motorcycle battery. Easy to get to the air cleaner. And spark the plugs. Everything easy to get to. Oil's right here. Alternator. I can get to the belt right there. Serpentine belt. This right here, your radiator. Wishy-washy. One thing I don't like as I changed the oil was the oil filter's horizontal this way. So when you take it off, it's leaking it out. And when I put my oil filters on, I like to fill them up full of oil. And then, if it was vertical, then I could screw it on, no spill. This way I got to fill it up about 3/4 the way and screw it on quickly. Another thing that the car manufacturers, not just Honda, everybody does it. They make the dang stalk for the oil filter a mile long, like this. So you got to screw and screw and screw while the oil's leaking out. They need to make it short. Give me 5 threads, I'm happy. But the engine's just, it's whisper quiet. Everything's easy to get to under here. Where the oil filter comes off and the plug is, it's all in one spot. Don't even have to move the pad. That's very easy. There's your little tow hook thingy. You pull right out. And I'm just going to go around and let you see a nice look. It also had the doors lock when you take off. After you get up to so many miles per hour, all the doors lock, which I really like. I love that I have a size spare. That is really nice. Yeah, there's just so much. So it's beautiful. I love the looks. It's not going to be a classic because I consider any classic to be a classic if it looks good in any color. And I've seen some of these in the different colors that don't look so good. The black ones don't look good to me, but I got a white one. I didn't get the CVT transmission. I just don't. I don't want problems. Nobody's perfected those yet that I've ever heard of, and I've heard many horror stories of them. And this one, the air conditioner works great. I got it for 745,000 peso from Carmona. Girl Eunice down there, super nice person. This one I put in synthetic. Now the gearbox, there's no drain plug and there's no dipstick to tell the level. It has to be sucked out. So I had the dealer do that, and which kind of sucks, you know, that you got to do that. But it's done. I got the synthetic in there, got it shifting real smooth. The shifter on this thing is wonderful. It doesn't catch on anything. It had a little bit of problems when I first got it, where it was catching going into fifth. That's gone with the synthetic. I got synthetic fluid in the motor oil. They gave me a little hard time, the service manager down at Honda. I had to sign a bunch of papers that I was using other than Honda oil, blah, blah, blah. Big thing here in the Philippines. I use synthetic oil. I'm just going to do that. Regular oil, got a lot of impurities in it. It flocculates, large chains of molecules grouped together. Where synthetic, it's individual. One of the commercials is like liquid ball bearings. It's because the molecules stay separate. And anytime you have a big item, let's say something as big as my fist or something as big as a marble, and you heat them both up to the same temperature, the marble's going to cool off quicker than the thing the size of my fist. It's the same thing with oil, so it's going to run cooler. It's not going to stick impurities somewhere in the engine, so the engine comes cleaner. We've got little tiny passageways for this VTEC, which changes the cam. So I'm going to keep that all nice and clean. So I'm using the AMS oil. The motor in this thing, you can't find fault. It thinks it's a race car. It thinks it's a 500 horsepower monster. It gets out of the way of anything I need to get out of the way. Also, the handling on this car is unbelievable. It thinks it's a sports car. So we had a trip. We were taking a pretty long trip down south, and I was doing about 60, and a fella in a big truck, I don't know if his brakes went or whatever, but he come flying out on the road, trying to stop. We swerved to the left, no oncoming traffic. Couldn't have stopped in time. It came out so quick. And we swerved back to the right to avoid oncoming traffic. And this thing just handled it, missed a beat. Just didn't miss a beat. It went on. I loved it. I do love the rear view mirrors in it. They're fantastic. You could see really good out of it. Everything about it. You know, got the little air intake there. It's a nice station wagon. Like I said, I looked at the Mazda Sport Wagon, and I was going to get that, but for the money, you know, it was more than double, and I just couldn't justify spending. I could have any car I want, but I couldn't justify the money for, you know, what I'm getting here, and I fell in love with it every time I drive it. It's one of the nicest cars I've owned, and I've had some nice Cadillacs, Lincolns, beautiful Fords, mostly trucks with me though, but I love it. It's tight. The body on this unibody, I guess it's a unibody under here, it's very tight. There's no squeaks, there's no rattles. It corners well. It does not lean. It thinks it's a Lincoln. It gives you this nice plush ride. I've got, I don't know if you can see that, but I've got about 6,000 kilometers on it. It's very fuel efficient. I haven't had any problems. It's 40 bucks to fill the tank, or 2,000 peso, and I go one heck of a long way on that. It's probably one of the most efficient cars I've ever had, and there's just nothing about it that I really can fault, other than these little wah items, these little nitpicky things that like the way the mirrors go and stuff. But I hope you guys liked the video. Hope I didn't miss anything I was thinking about on it, but you never go wrong with the Honda. I mean, this thing, I love it. I got 3 little kids, and this is the car for us. It's absolutely fantastic, and I hope you enjoyed my video. If you did, hit the like, subscribe, share. I'll be putting some more videos out here soon. This is my first one, and you all take care now.